A contestant who was picked, I think, especially for one of our judges, because you are a medical officer for
the RoT Support Battalion in the New Zealand Territorial Army.
We've got another one down there. We've got another soldier down there. Oh, with Ashley's dad. Oh dear, goodness me. So we've been taken over by the military here.
We sure have. There's another group down the back.
There's another group of soldiers. Right. Okay, so the rest of you, just be a bit careful. P's and Q's. Okay, but you're an intern pharmacist. Now, I have no idea what an intern pharmacist is or does. Can you explain?
That I can. So as an intern, that means I've completed my bachelor degree at Otago University. So fully graduated, but to get our full registration in the pharmacy world, we've got to do a full year in a working environment. So that can either be in the community pharmacies, as you'll see around town, or on the clinical side in a hospital. So I'm working in Southland Hospital, which was great. And as part of my job there, I do all sorts really. We spend the majority of my time with patients. Quite a few people think I just spent it cooped up in our wee department counting pills, but I don't really touch that side of it because I'm not very good at it.
Thank heavens for that, on behalf of the patients.
Yes, otherwise they might be given the odd wrong thing. No. So I spend my time out on the wards. I do rounds with doctors most days, and medicines reconciliation, which is making sure that what the patients are charted in hospital is similar to what they're on at home, so there's not interactions and things like that. We answer a lot of drug queries from local GPs around Southland and the Queenstown area, as well as throughout the hospital. So that's probably the main bit of my day.
You peddle dope, in other words. Right, okay. I knew there was a simple explanation in there somewhere. Okay, all right. Oh, your great-great-grandparents, 5 of them come... How many great-grandparents do you have, June?
What is that? 8?
That would be... Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 8.
8?
Yeah.
And 5 of them came from Ireland.
Yes, that is correct.
And 1 from Tralee?
1 from Tralee. My great-great-grandmother, she came out from Tralee when she was 18 years old, back in 1878, into Port Chalmers. And she married my great-great-grandfather, who came out from County Armagh, so another northern-southern marriage. Yes, and what I find quite special about Ellen is that she's our only known relative from her side of the family, so it'd be great to go back and see if there's any other remaining relatives back in Tralee still, but her uncle later came out from Ireland, and he had an intellectually disabled daughter, and he went on to marry another lady in New Zealand, but being higher society, it wasn't seen as a thing to have a disabled child. So Ellen took her in, and she became her mother to this daughter, foster mother from then on in. And my other relatives, also on mum's side, another great-great-grandfather, John Moore, and he's from County Antrim. And on Dad's side, I've got the McNellys, and they're from County Armagh.
Through and through, that's why the green.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. And the north-south split. Has that been something of a trend this evening, that we've got people from the north and the south? Didn't we have somebody else with a connection with Tralee? Who was that?
That's also here.
I beg your pardon, madam. This distinguished-looking gentleman here. Right, is also from Tralee. Right, dashing young man. I'm not sure. Anyway, distinguished-looking gentleman sounds better, doesn't it? Okay. So, lots of connection with Ireland. Yeah, the family's littered with them.
Well,
All right, okay. So, you've done ballet, jazz, Irish dancing, and you keep active playing netball, touch rugby, canoe polo. Canoe polo? What on earth is canoe polo?
well, canoe polo is when there's 2 teams of 5, and you're in a 25-metre pole, and there's goals up at either end. And depends what level you play. some levels.
You mean underwater or above water?
Above in kayaks. And so it's kind of like normal water polo. You've got the ball and the aim of the game is to get it in your goal. But varying levels, I'm playing in just the beginner's grade with, it's a team from the hospital, mixed of doctors and whatnot.
In the peddler's pool.
In the peddler's pool, no, not quite. But in this grade you can't, because some people can't do the Eskimo rolls to get yourself back up if you fall out.
Oh,
So that's right around, yeah. So, yes, I have been able to.
She doesn't sound too convinced, does she? I have been able to, but only sometimes?
Well, I used to do a lot of kayaking when I was about 15, so I'm just getting back into it, so I'm just practicing every time I go. But in the advanced grades, you're able to push people over and things like that. Quite a lot of fun, but not acceptable at my level.
Sounds like a good tactic for the army to use, doesn't it? Just push people over and get them out of the way. Okay. You did quite a lot of kayaking.
A little bit. I just competed in the high school. We had paddles up tournaments in the South Island, so the Southland one and the Otago Southland, and did a bit of slalom and downriver racing.
Whereabouts?
Lake Mavora in the Mavora River and Nahawe River.
Nahawe?
Yes.
Okay.
Very clever. Surprised me. You're talking about Southland after all, aren't you?
Central Otago.
Right. Okay, all right. So, he said.
I said I'd had trouble passing the ice cream, didn't I? It was a forwards. You say that you worked with the Army in response to the earthquakes in Christchurch, and you now have an ambition to combine your medical skills with your Army interests and be deployed overseas assisting in aid work. Where would you like to go?
Well, the initial goal would be to Afghanistan, but if that...
Where they shoot people?
Yes, that's correct. If that still is a warfare and place in the future, and I need a few more years out in the workforce as a pharmacist, I'd look at if they open up Kabul again for New Zealand to go over. I would really love the opportunity to go over as a pharmacist for the New Zealand Army and work over there as in the hospital with the other medical team from all the different countries.
Extraordinary. Sorry, I find the enthusiasm for going into a war zone, it takes me aback. All right, so now I have to tell you that Louise was going to dance for us, but you're cropped, aren't you?
I am pretty gutted. I often don't back down, but I'm obeying the orders from the boss sitting at the judge's table.
Yes. We've applied a bit of moral suasion here. Louise arrived, was it yesterday, this morning, last night, and was on crutches and was spotted hobbling up and down stairs. So we have persuaded her that anaesthetics or not, painkillers or not, it wasn't a sensible idea to dance. But you did have a plan B, didn't you?
Luckily I did. I did a bit of research on the computer at work on Thursday before coming up, and I found a wee poem that I'd read just in case I couldn't dance.
Okay, so I'll have to stand here with a microphone. Sorry, the floor is not all yours. I'll take up a wee bit of it. But, yes, it is unfair. All right, so you're going to recite for us.
I'm going to recite a poem by William Yeats, who's an Irish poet from Scotland. And I chose this one because it reminded me of William and Mary, to be perfectly honest. The story about the Rose of Tralee and how they loved each other, but because of society they couldn't be with each other. And this poem reminds me of that. It talks about how you're loving one another, but there's always things sometimes that get in the way. That doesn't mean that you can just be with each other the way you want to be. And I also think that's true for everyday life. Sometimes bits of life get in the way and ruin or disrupt things that you want to happen that maybe can't. So, the white birds. I would that we were, my beloved, the white birds on the foam of the sea. We tire the flame of the meteor before it can fade and flee. And the flame of the blue star of twilight, hung low on the rim of the sky, has awakened our hearts, my beloved, a sadness that may not die. Our weariness comes from those dreamers, do dabble the lily and rose. I dream not of them, my beloved, the flame of the meteor that goes, or the flame of the blue star that lingers, hung low in the fall of the dew. For would we were changed to white birds on the wandering foam, I and you. I am hunted by numberless islands, and many a darling shore, where time would surely forget us, and sorrow come near us no more. Soon far from the rose and the lily, and fret of the flames would be, were we only white birds, my beloved, buoyed out on the foam of the sea.
Thank you, Louise.